One in the chat if y'all can hear me, okay. One in the chat if y'all can hear me, all right. One in the chat if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? One in the chat. All right, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. What up, Pariah? Pariah the Boneless. So let's get started. So news breaks this morning that we got a mass event happening. A mass event happening in New York in the subway. Last reported 13 injured. Apparently the suspect was wearing an orange jumpsuit with a gas mask. It sounded like he threw what was equivalent to a smoke bomb into one of the subway cars or something like that, and he started opening fire. Right? That's last reported that I seen. Now this comes on the heels of yesterday's press conference with old Joe Nichols coming after the 2A, in regards to P80s, polymer 80s, quote unquote, what they like to call ghost guns, right? First, let me say, my thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and the family members of those victims, because this shit is crazy. It's just doing a rush hour commute. You know what I mean? You trying to go to work, trying to make ends meet, in this crazy economy of ours right now. The last thing you trying to do is end up shot at or getting shot, you know what I mean? Or one of your family members being shot or losing their life due to a crazed lunatic. Let's just call it what it is. Somebody crazy out there, willing to shoot a bunch of people. And it's sad. It's fucking sad, man. Nobody woke up for that this morning. So, like I said, thoughts and prayers going out to the families and the victims, of this tragedy. So that's what it is, a tragedy. But like I said, I find it kind of odd, that on the heels of Joe Nichols' press conference yesterday, that we all of a sudden had another mass event happen. You know what I mean? It's just too perfect of a coincidence. It's one hell of a coincidence in my opinion. Not saying anything shady or sketchy or glowing in the dark. I'm just saying it's a hell of a coincidence that this shit happens, the day after he announces some new gun measures. But like I've been saying all along, right? And this, it applies to what happened today. No amount of gun control, no amount of legislation, no amount of restrictions would have stopped what happened today in New York from happening. Period. I'm gonna say it again. No amount of laws, legislation, or restrictions would have stopped what happened today from happening in New York. When people want to do harm to other people, when people want to have ill intent, when people got murder on their mind, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. They're going to make that shit happen if their sole intent is to do what they're going to do. And it's a sad fact of reality, Now, is it in response to what old Joe Nichols did? I would hope not. What up, Care DiBiase? You know, I would hope not. You know, because no upstanding citizen, no good 2A gun-owning American will go out and harm other people to make a point. You know, told Joe Nichols slick. Yeah, K Green, time's getting bad. What up, DMW? Salute. New York is for the birds. Got to get my family out of here ASAP. I hear you. Pariah, 100% going to use the Behold the Pale Horse. This is straight out of Bill Cooper's book. You're right. This is, yep. You ain't lying about that. Yep, exactly. That's one of those type of situations. Smoke bombs, gas masks. This is sketchy as fuck, bro. Who you telling? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's hell of a coincidence. It's not the guns. It's the people that have them that are a problem. That's correct. I just tweeted this morning that NYC is under a triple threat. A few hours later, this happens. Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Just a fantastic daily reminder that all gun laws are unconstitutional by nature, even if they weren't. What Cannon's getting at here is facts. It's correct. We got 20K plus fed gun laws at this point. Right. You know, what up, Ahmad? You know what I mean? I mean, look at New York. Look at New York's gun laws. New York, and I said it last night in my stream, has some of the most stringent and strict gun laws in the United States. You know, when something like this happens in the subway, yo, in the subway. Like I said, I ain't gonna say it glow in the dark. You know, but if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck. Just saying. You know, it's just a sad fact of reality, man. We in some bad times right now. We in some really bad times right now. You know what I mean? Some really bad times. You know, inflation hit 8.5% today. What up, Cassius Cam? Salute. You know what I mean? Inflation hit 8.5%. 8.5%. I went to the market on Sunday, and $40, $45 worth of food cost me $120. $120 for like $40 to $45 in food. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. I was watching Dan Bongino earlier today. He had a really good fucking point that I didn't even think of. You know, right now, not only are our gas supply reserves dwindling, right? And that's just gonna go through the roof soon. Ukraine is one of the major wheat exports. Ukraine is one of the major wheat distributors. And look what's going on with them right now, right? China got everybody, 26 million people. China got everybody locked up in their house. Was it Shanghai and all other places? They locked in their apartments and their homes. You know what I mean? Nothing's being produced. Nothing's going on. They can't even leave. So you can only imagine what it looks like right now in China as far as their production and distribution right now. Saudi Arabia, Iran, they don't want to do business with us. Shit about to get real, people. Hard days is upon us. Hard days is upon us. It's a sad fact, man. It's a sad fact. So like I always say, I suggest y'all get your food stores up. You know what I mean? I hear people talking about, you know, what's it called? Patriot Food Supply. What's it called? Patriot Supply. You know, you can do that. Head to a nice, you know, market right now like you can. Grab yourself a bunch of canned goods, beans, potatoes, you know, canned potatoes, canned vegetables, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Non-perishables. Get some oodles and noodles, things like that that's going to be able to hold you guys over, you know, when the lean times come. You know, get used to fasting. You know, get used to fasting. You know, you gotta make food stretch. You know, just saying. You know, start YouTubing how to hunt, how to you know, harvest a deer, harvest a rabbit or something. You know, you got to know these things. You know, for all my, my folks, my black folks that, might be new to the channel, might be seeing this. This is no longer some white boy shit. It's some everybody shit. And it should have always been some everybody shit. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to, not only defend and protect yours, you gotta be able to feed your people. You know what I mean? Feed yourself. We gotten too dependent on Big Daddy government to keep feeding us. Keep us nourished and all this other shit. Now, they against us, man. Like Dan Bongino said today, it's the have versus the have-nots. See, the thing about it is that these politicians and it's on both sides. They're so disconnected from, regular, common, hard-working people because they got it. They can afford this shit. The elites, the people with the money and the access, they can afford this shit. Look what fucking Shannon Sharp said, last week? He'd rather pay $20 a gallon than to have Donnie T back. So disconnected. People are going to suffer. People are going to lose their livelihoods. People are going to lose. It's sad, because gas. When gas and oil and stuff like that goes through the roof, that affects everything. You know what I mean? That affects everything. That affects, your home as far as how you heat your house. A lot of people got natural gas, they got furnaces. You know what I mean? It affects, how much your food costs. Farmers got to be able to have gas for their, for their machines. Truckers got to be able to have diesel for their, for their trucks to transport the shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, K Green. The poor gonna suffer, man. The poor gonna suffer. And that's the sad part. Because the people with access, the haves, they ain't gonna feel it too much. They're not gonna feel it too much. You know what I mean? Look at the stock market, right? Find it pretty odd that, some people in Congress, was able to avoid and make some transitions before, certain stocks collapsed and shit like that. Ain't that something? Go figure, right? It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I'm just telling you guys, getting people here, tell them, hey, if you got good friends, pool your resources together, man. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to protect, defend, and sustain you and yours. It's important. It's imperative. You know what I mean? The lean times is here, man, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only going to get worse. But back to the New York subway thing. I'm waiting to hear more information, on what's happening. They still got a manhunt going on for the person that did it. Which is odd to me because I thought that, New York had a bunch of cops in the subway. You know what I mean? That's interesting to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Anybody in New York, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that New York had, police in the subway. You know what I mean? I know here in Maryland, we ain't got no big subway system like New York do. But I know that we have our transit police that, that patrol the subway stations and shit like that. You know what I mean? But this guy managed to escape the subway system. They still looking for him. They still looking for him. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. At the same time, it's a hell of a coincidence that this shit happens literally not even 24 hours after Joe Nichols makes his declaration on the Second Amendment. You know what I mean? Kim Iverson was talking about it on the Hill. Yeah, man, that's what I will say, man. Cut that bread and that sugar out your system. It'll be a lot easier to fast. You know what I mean? Your body won't be trying to burn sugar. It'll burn fat, so you won't starve yourself. You know what I mean? Mr. Fantastic, maybe a cop here and there. at the stations themselves. Very rarely on the train. Got you. Crime will get really bad. I mean, it's coming, man. Transit surveillance. Really? Transit surveillance cams not fully functioning. Go figure. No subway patrols like that? Damn. Like I say, I feel bad, you know, for the people in New York. You know, you're getting up, you get dressed, you're going to work, and you never think that, you know, you have some shit like that happening. Just imagine, though. Just imagine, since, you know, there's not many, you know, patrol officers on the trains and stuff like that. Just imagine if you had a nice law-abiding citizen strapped on that train that could have at least tried to save some lives. What up, Kid Gravity? They have cops at most stations. This station didn't. What up, Natasha? We was worried about you, girl. We was talking about you in the stream last night. We ain't seen you, ain't heard from you. We was happy you are. Hopefully you just out there handling some business. You know. AD Law-Abiding Citizen was a crazy yeah, it was a good movie though. But just imagine if you just had a law-abiding citizen, a nice gun-owning, law-abiding citizen on that train that might have been able to, you know, lay down some suppression fire and maybe get that guy off the train and on the run. You know what I mean? You know, just take the attention off of everybody else and make that person now on the, you know, on the defensive. You know what I mean? And trying to save his own life by trying to get away from you because you firing back at his ass. You see what I meant last night by they trying to make us soft targets? They trying to make us weak and defenseless and dependent on the government. They want the monopoly of power to be on the government. But where was the government at? Where were the police officers? Not to mention New York got a fucking shortage of officers. That's nationwide, actually. You know what I mean? You hear about the World Government Summit that happened recently. One of Bush Jr.'s older advisors said the quiet part out loud about WWE. I ain't see that. Might have to go back and look that up. Might have to put that on the thing tomorrow. You know, but understand this is an election year, and we can't ignore the fact that these fucking mass events always happen around the election year, or on the election year, or in the election year. It's always like that. But this is the reason why our citizens should be able to be armed. 13 people injured. I don't know how many people lost their lives. This person he could take his time and do whatever he wanted on that train. I don't know how long it is between the stops. You know what I mean? Yeah, you damn sure right. Crime Bill 2.0 is coming, bro. I don't know how many stops it is between, you know, how long it is between stops. You know, but that guy had his, you know, he could take his time. Just imagine if he did that shit and he started shooting and somebody starts shooting back. Maybe it would have been a lot less than 13 injured. Maybe we'd be having a different story. Armed gunman taken down by bystander. You know, good guy with gun stops bad guy with gun. That's a lot of time. 1 to 2 minutes, yo. 1 to 2 minutes. That's a lot of time. That's a whole lot of time. Like I said, people that, you know, they sacrifice freedom for security deserves neither. You know they're going to take this incident and they're going to use it to push gun control. They're going to use it to push nobody needs certain weapons. They're going to push that shit. You see it coming. What they say? Don't let a good crisis go to waste. You know they ain't going to let this go to waste. I'm sure they already fucking politicizing it right now on Twitter and all the social medias. I'm sure CNN going to run with this shit. We're going to see. About to find out. But anyway, guys, I'm about to get back to work. I got to pick up some material, get ready for tomorrow. I just wanted to go live with y'all for a minute. want you guys to stay safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Get your food stores up, guys. It's going to get real crazy. Like I said, go to like Aldi's or something and buy a bunch of canned goods. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I've been doing. Anyways, Ken and Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, and stay strapped, people. I'll holla at you.